This video is going to be about what to do if your fish has a tumor. Well, first of all, you got to determine why your fish has a tumor and where is it, and then I'll tell you how to treat it. Some tumors are, on the body, and they're basically because your fish has some cancer cells in it. But some of the tumors are results of injuries, like example, African cichlids, they fight a lot. Sometimes their fins are gonna get damaged, their body is gonna get damaged, and if it's not properly taken care of in that time, as in medicate your fish, put it in quarantine, salt your tank, melafix your tank, whatever it takes for the fish to heal properly. Well, if it doesn't heal properly, sometimes that injury will result in a growth. Those growths will only continue growing, okay? In my experience, whichever fish ever had a tumor, if it was not removed, it would just grow out of proportion. Within like a year, they would die, okay? If it's a tumor on the body, there's nothing that you personally should do, okay? Because you're not a vet, you should not be, playing science on your fish. So if you know a local vet or a fish specialist that can remove this tumor under anesthesia, please use those services. But there are some tumors that you can remove if you have a steady hand. Now, I had a few years ago a fish, an African cichlid, that had a tumor on his tail growing as a result of an injury. Some fish were picking at it and it just didn't heal properly and developed like a bump. Clearly it was a tumor because it was red, it had blood supply and everything. So what we did back then was simply take the fish out and use some sterile equipment, a scalpel or medical scissors, something very sterile, it's sharp, and cut it off the tail. Now the trick with that is, if you don't fully cut off the tumor, it will regrow faster and bigger. So you have to go slightly more than where the tumor is, just to make sure you fully remove the tumor, okay? If you don't remove it, it's just gonna come back and you'll have to do this all over again. But the risk of the fish dying is very, very high. Now, if it's on a fin and it's not, out of whack, big and everything, there are very, very good chances your fish will recover and be back to normal, and fins regrow really fast, okay? You don't need general anesthesia for that. You just have to be very careful, very quick, and put it into a quarantine tank with some salted water or melafix or any other antibacterial treatment. Within a couple of days, your fish should be fine, okay? Yes, the tumor will bleed a tiny bit, but there's nothing to be alarmed, I've done it, it worked, the fish survived, the tumor never came back. But if you do miss the tumor and you don't fully extract it, it's gonna go really bad for the fish and it's a bit cruel. So if you have access to a vet that can remove either a body tumor or a fin tumor, use it. But for a fin tumor, if you have a steady hand and you're not squeamish of touching fish, you could remove it, okay? So that's it. That's my experience about physical tumors on fish. But best, I guess, is to prevent them from happening. So make sure whichever fish is injured is properly taken care of, and put it in a quarantine tank, medicated. Because these things, you never see them happen. You see like a little chipped fin or tail, and then you're like, oh, it's gonna regrow. Sometimes it does not regrow and you have a growth. So it's really important to remove. Alright, so if you have any questions, please leave in the comments below. Thank you. See ya.